Hi there, I am Kathy Crow. Thank you for joining me here at the Crow Cottage here in Springfield, Missouri. It's nice to see you, and oh man, what a lovely day we have got today. It's warm, but very windy, and there's been tornado warnings around, but not here, thankfully. It's pretty windy, but man, it is so nice. When Jeff and I were out having coffee this morning, I did not want to come back in. It's a nice day. So perfect day today to be doing this Lighting the Way stamp set. You're going to really like this one. This is a really good stamp set. I kind of got it all spread out here, so I'm having a hard time getting it good enough to hold up here for you to see it. It doesn't look like so much when you just look at the cover. You know, so it's kind of deceptive. The leaves are really nice. That little spray over here on the side that has the bugs on it. You can see I've written down here what the dies are because the dies are really cool. That's why I got it. The flies, lightning bugs, what do we call them? We call them fireflies. They are really cool, and I'd forgotten how neat they are. And here in Missouri, we get to have them again. My husband and I have lived most of our lives over on the West Coast in Washington State, mostly for me, Washington State. And we don't have any lightning bugs or fireflies over there. But I did used to live over in this area, so I had a memory of them that I didn't remember until I saw them and thought, oh yeah, I remember how cool these were. When I was a kid, I loved them. But there is this wonderful little lantern. It's just the perfect size. So if you want to make a box, this would make a great little decoration on the box. That's mainly why I bought it, because the word light is actually one that I use a lot in all kinds of stamps. It's a really good encouraging kind of word when you want to, send some cheer somebody's way, whether it's because they're sick or because they are depressed. It's a good word to use. And then, of course, being a believer, I like to think about Christ and how he is the light of the world. So anyhow, that's one reason I'm just kind of giving you an idea why I like that one so well. And I'm trying to find my page on Facebook. Why are you hiding me? I have to go back out and back in again to see the actual page. I'm sorry, this just takes a long time. It's just nothing I can do about it. It takes time. Okay, so I think I'm ready. I think I can actually see what's going on here. Oops, I don't want to comment. Maybe I should say hi just to get myself out of there now. I don't want to comment. That's not what I'm doing. Okay. All right. So I'm going to try to put the camera down. This takes a little bit of time. I'm going to actually today we're doing 2 fancy folds. I hope those work out all right. Sometimes when I'm trying to do stuff online, what worked out fine with me just pittering around on my own, when I'm trying to get it done in just a very short period of time, it doesn't always go well. So we'll see how it goes today. Don't forget, today is the last day. No, tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day of Celebration. Now, Celebration has been going on for 2 months. And for Celebration, for every $50, you get free things, and they've been adding to that free thing list. So there's lots of really good things. I'm actually going to use, this paper is going to be from the paper pack that's available. I think that paper pack, it's a big giant paper pack. What's it called? It's called, no, it's not called Day at the Farm. Actually, Day at the Farm's available too, but this one is, this one's Dandy Designs. Dandy Designs is the one that's super thick. Hey, Andy, how are you? Thank you for joining me. It's so nice to see you. I hope you have a good day. It is so warm and nice here. Beautiful here. So I'm really enjoying it. But it is windy today. You'll appreciate that. Okay, let's see. What else? Oh, and so when you join, you have the option of selecting whether you want to join for $99 and you get $175 worth of products for free. That's not including all the free shipping, the free catalogs, the other freebies. There's some other freebies, paper pumpkin, other stuff you get. So it ends up being over $200 worth of stuff for your $99. But if you want the little mini boho blue mini cutter embossing machine, you just throw in another $30 basically, and you get that too. And that's still available, which is exciting because I actually didn't think it would be by now. I figured we'd be down just to the white one and not getting any blue ones anymore. Thank you, Andy. Happy Monday to you too. Oops, my phone didn't like that turn. Okay, so anyhow, we're gonna go ahead and get going, start it up. Today I'm gonna do a Z fold, but first I want to start with my Easter card. So I am using Lighting the Way for Easter this year, just for fun, okay, because I can do that. And I'm trying to get my everything. I know everything is going to kind of look a little wonky here, but I kind of need to, my camera never wants to really get everything in focus like I want it to. Okay, so hopefully that is in the frame like I want it to be. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on it on the side here and see if that worked out, because it still looks like it's sort of crooked. Okay, so anyhow, I've got this paper pulled out. I am going to be using that. I've got my Easter bunny. He's so cute because I'm going to use the word Happy Easter. I probably won't I'm going to do him later. He's too cute. I want to take time with him. I also pulled out this old Rejoice in Him. No, this is a new one. Rejoice in Him. This is a really good one that's available right now. And I would buy it if you're into doing Easter cards at all. You're going to want to buy this. Sorry, while I'm making noise here. You're going to want to get this quickly because it's going to probably sell out, not be available right at the moment that you want it. It has a lot of really good sentiments in it. And, many Christian religions I shouldn't say many. There's a few that don't really like to have the image of God anywhere. But my religion isn't like that, because we know this is just a representation. This is not how he really looked, okay? I mean, maybe he did. None of us really know, do we? Here's his light. This is an old Christmas one I brought in because it says, let his light bring you joy this season. And what better season to have Jesus' joy than Easter, where you get to celebrate the fact that he reconciles you to Christ, no matter to God, whether you're, full of really horrible sins or only full of mediocre sins like most of us. Cross of Hope is a really old one. The only reason I have this out is because it does have some nice things on it. And you can tell this is a really old one because it's like the old cling that I've had to put my old adhesive stuff on, because it doesn't stay on the blocks very well. But I'm using this little cross. I use these crosses a lot. And so that's why this set, I will never get rid of that set. It's a great set. And then the other die I am going to use today, well, actually that one, I don't think I'm using that one right away. So we'll get that one out later, okay? All right, so here's my host code. If you want to purchase anything, please use that host code. If it's over $50, then just make sure you check out as my customer so that I know exactly who you are, what you've bought, because I always give free things for every order. And I am still hoping someone will join my team, so don't forget, this is the last bit. Now, I have had these cards, these two, on Pinterest for a while. So if you're a Pinterest follower, you may have already figured out how I did this. I do not think I've put it in an email, though. I think this is one you're going to have to see how I did if you're not sure. So this was just kind of a fun little, you get creative when you're just starting to fold paper and wonder how it can go. This is what I wanted to talk to you about. This embossing folder and the die that goes with it. There are dies that go with it and cut out the heart and do all kinds of things. This Bouquet of Love, it's called, is on sale right now. Did you know that? It's 17 something on the clearance rack right now, so don't miss it because this is a really pretty folder. It's flowers, and today I'm not even going to use the die. I'm just going to emboss my card front because this is just the base card, and you can see it went onto the back because this is a big square one. So let's get that out. I've got everything pretty much cut out and ready to go because I wanted to get to both cards. I'm hoping I have time to get to both. We'll see. Jeff is not doing his student teaching. Why am I thinking student? He hasn't been a student teacher for over almost 40 years now. I don't know why student teaching came out, but anyway, he is not substitute teaching today. The district, of course, is begging everyone to come in. There's still jobs available, but he's very picky about the jobs he's doing. So this is my base card, so I don't want to, totally screw it up, but I am going to mess with this little fold a little bit. It's just your 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. And then somewhat folded. I want the whole front of it to be embossed. And I want the heart to be in the center. So I'm just going to eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect because my die that I'm going to put on top is bigger than this heart, and it will be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my folder through the wrong way. Normally you would put the spine through first, but I'm going to go ahead and put it through the wrong way just so that I can get it through here easily enough. And let me make sure it's all squared up though. It doesn't go very good if you don't have it all squared up. And get that embossed. And it is going to go onto the back of the card, as you can see, but it doesn't really matter. I will find my fold. You can still see it in there. And then we'll fold it over, and there we are. Isn't that lovely? This is so pretty if you, sponge a little bit of color. Andy, have you seen all the things people have done with this folder? I really like it. And the die cuts out that heart. And you just lay the die right in your tray. And let me see if I've actually done it. I haven't, because I wanted to make sure I saved this folder for like a long time. And so if it's one that comes with the die and it goes in the folder and you cut it right in the folder, unless I don't care whether I use it that many times. If I'm not going to use it very often, then it's fine. I'll do it right in there. But if it's a folder, this is a folder I'm going to use forever. So I am not actually cutting in it. I cut it and then emboss it afterwards for me. That's just me. Okay, so now we've got that all done. And then what I've done is I've cut some, this is Orchid Oasis. And I'm going to grab my ruler because I don't really remember what my dimensions are on this. I just did a little, what do you call this fold? This is like an easel fold almost, but on the side. And but it's a little small because I wanted to fit in here, so it's smaller than your standard. This is 9 3/4 by 4, and then I scored it at 2 1/2, and then again at 2 1/2. So we end up, well, that's actually not quite 2 1/2. Let me look. It's a little less than 2 1/2 because I wanted, what I did to get my fold, I scored this one first at 2 1/2 because I wanted this at 2 1/2. But then what I did is I kind of eyeballed it because I wanted this to end very much, outside of it a little. I didn't really want to see an edge, so I kind of fudged on my second fold. So we've got 2 1/2. This one ends up actually being at 4 7/8 if you want to be super, super cautious on how I did it. Okay, I'm going to just glue this down. And I don't need to do anything on the inside. This is just going to... This card is actually one that's super fast and easy to do. But man, I'm going to enjoy sending these to my people for Easter. They're going to really like them.
all of these cards. They're turning out really nice this year. I don't know why. Some years they're less spiritual than I kind of like for Easter. And they're cute, but they end up being, and they're great for the kids, you know, the little kids. But I like my cards this year. I've only done a few Easter Bunny ones. Now, we do have that Celebration stamp set that's Thanks a Bunch with a bunch of carrots. Oh, that is so cute. Andy, do you have all that stuff? I hope so, because it's pretty neat. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to stamp our sentiment to go right on the inside here. Okay, and I'm going to use this Retired His Light. We're going to just go ahead and stamp this with Orchid Oasis right there. These are, you know, not as sticky as they could be. I'm not sure why, because they are cling. I probably just used them a bit too often. One thing that I do with my cling stamps, if I'm not really sure, I want to make sure, like I've already cut this out, so I want it to be nice and straight. Normally you would stamp first and then cut, but because I haven't done that, I need this to be on here pretty straight. So I'm going to lay my block right in my grid. You could use your regular grid paper this way too. This grid paper is not so good for that. And then I can line up once I've done that, I can make sure my sentence is actually lined up right on, so my block is nice and square. And then that's going to line it up nice, and I shouldn't have any trouble getting it all stamped pretty straight. You know, I still might have some trouble, but that's just because I'm not very good. And you can see I've got it on the edge, so I'm going to try really hard not to rock this stamp at all. Get it all squared up. Stamp that. There we go. See, that actually worked pretty good doing it that way. And I could do a different color if I wanted to, but my other color on this is Smoky Slate, so I don't really want to do Smoky Slate. So we will just let's leave that out so that I can do it. My Simply Chamois is gone. I've got to get a new one because I put some, did I tell you this last week? I put some mold and mildew spray, mold and mildew spray on my Simply Chamois. And this is normally where it would be residing, is in here. And it's not, because I had to eventually throw it away. As soon as I sprayed it, it's just like instantly that stuff killed whatever antibacterial stuff that the Simply Chamois comes with, you know. It ruined it, and so I ruined my Simply Chamois. I've had it for years and never needed it to be replaced, and now all of a sudden I do. So lesson learned, don't get too carried away with cleaning your Simply Chamois or you might ruin it. Okay, so I'm going to use the Happy Easter here, so that way we know what kind of, you know, what season we're talking about. We're not talking about Christmas, because that's obviously what that sentiment is for. And I know we don't usually use the word season when we're talking about Easter, but it is a season, right? Now this one's a photopolymer stamp. I can actually see it, so I don't have to worry about how straight it is on the block. I can do it crooked because I can see right through here and stamp it quite nicely without too much trouble. I mean, we're still talking about human error, so sometimes I do stamp things crookedly, and I try not to get too focused on it when I do that, because, like, you know, you can only do so much. Perfect is fine for some things, but wow, most of the time you don't need it to be perfect. So we're going to just set that right there. And anyhow, wow, okay, there we go. We got it. I'm a little warm in here today because it's so nice outside. This room heats up a lot because the sun comes right in here, beams in here all morning long. So when it's warm, sometimes the rest of the house is cool enough the heat stays on, but this room gets really hot. And I like that. That's fine. But when I'm doing this, sometimes I do get just a little warmed up. So I took our die already from the Lighting the Way stamp set, and I cut out just one. One's going to be fine for this one. I'm actually going to need more than one on the other one. I should have probably moved my label over just a tad. This is going to stick over just a little farther than I wanted to, but that's okay. Now I'm going to use some yellow vellum that I already had, and I'm just going to cut out a little piece of it for now and stick it behind here, and then I'm going to trim around there. Because, you know, I want it to look like there's a light. Now, did you see Erica Serwin did a video with this lighting the way about 3 weeks ago? Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. And she showed us how to put those little lights that you can buy on Amazon behind your images, and get these lanterns. If you push on it, you can get them to light up, which is a great idea and one I want to use. But you know, the reality is I probably will always want to and never actually go through with it. That's so sad. So sad that I'm so uninterested in going to a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work just to do the circuit. It looked like it was, you know, a little bit of work for me. And I send cards like this kind of card. This is going to go to my grandkids, and they're going to throw it away like within half hour. So, okay, I ended up with a lot of extra glue. That's why I'm doing this. Normally, I would probably try to be a little more careful and not get quite so much glue all over my foil, because you really don't want glue on your foil, but oh wow. As long as you're fairly quick to get it off, it won't ruin it. It'll just look like it's a little bit of a rustic one. I'm gonna have to let that set before I can cut it. So we'll go on. We're gonna do that with a dimensional right here. Let's do this little cover flap. So I took my stitched rectangle, and I am going to just adhere that right here, because I want this to all stay inside the card, so it's going to close nicely. Okay, so I'm going to just glue this down here right now, and then we'll stamp the white part that's going to go on there. So I'm just going to glue it here. This is like the third size down if you're looking at your stitched rectangle dies and wondering which one I've used. Okay, we'll move it over just a little. There we go. Okay, so that's going to go there. Now we're going to stamp on this. I need to save that, so we'll push you over to the side. And what I want to do is use these, and I'm going to do Smoky Slate. I'm going to use Smoky Slate for Jesus. And then I'm going to do a couple of sentiments, the He is risen and the celebrate his love. So we know we're talking about Easter, okay? We're going to do that here and here. We're going to do that dove in gray. And I'm going to end up doing this leaf in gray too, I think. So Smoky Slate is what we'll use. Let me grab a better block. That one's just not quite going to work for me. Sorry about that. This morning when I was going to the workout place, it was a really nice morning, because people were being really good to each other today on the road. That was nice. That doesn't always happen, does it? As I came to the stop sign, I saw there was a lady in front of me. She was getting to go through first, because there's a four-way stop pretty close to our house. And she was about 30 years old, I'm going to guess. So I'm going to use a stamped off version, you know, on almost all of this, just to make sure that it stays nice and light, nothing too heavy duty here. She was really frowny in her car. So anyway, she got there first, so I let her go. She crossed in front of me, and then I went right behind her. And she stopped like immediately, because there were kids crossing. She was turning right, and she was turning where a bunch of kids were walking because they were on their way to school. bunch of them, but they weren't to the crosswalk yet. She could have gone. She could have just turned and whipped in there and gone. And I was really happy to see she didn't. She actually very patiently waited for them, which was really nice of her to do. But the better part of it is that those kids, instead of just taking their sweet time, like I've seen kids a lot of the time, when they see they're making adults wait in the car, they actually slow down even more to make you wait as long as they possibly can while they leisurely cross the street. And it's really annoying when you're in a rush, particularly. Okay, I don't want him to look like he's too sad, so we're not going to turn his face way down. We're going to have him sort of looking like that, okay? Because, you know, he's contemplative, but he's not sad, all right? What do you think about the laughing Jesus? You know, is that good? Yeah, it's good. He laughed. I'm sure he laughed. I mean, you know, but I don't necessarily want him laughing here either. So, you know, anyhow, so that was really nice. The kids did not do that. They actually ran when they saw her waiting then, and I was now waiting behind too. They ran across the street, and it was so sweet. I thought, you kids are so nice. Don't always see that. All right, very good. And then behind me too, because it's not a super busy intersection, but sometimes there's a bunch, and today there was a few. So there was a guy that came pulling out right behind me. He had a really big muscle car that he was driving, and that is the muscle car thing's really funny. There's so many muscle cars here. It's a big deal. The road, you know, the Route 66 thing and all. It's a really big deal. And this guy had his dreadlocks all perfect in the car. He was slouched really low in his seat, and he had his muscle car. He was so cool, I'm sure. And I looked in my rear view mirror because I thought, I wonder how this guy feels about having to wait for these kids. And he was just smiling happily along. I smiled at the kids. Everybody was smiling at the kids. Thought, what a lovely, lovely world, lovely day today. It's funny how things can really change your perspective. If those people had been frowning and fussing, I would have thought something so different today. Okay, so there's your little dove. It's like the Holy Spirit hovering over Jesus' head, I guess. And actually the dove is one of the Christian symbols. So this stamp set includes all of that. I love this stamp set. So if you want it, again, get it before it's gone. Easter will take it away very soon, I'm sure. All right, so we're not quite done with that stamp set, but we're done with decorating my little thing. Oh, I forgot. I was going to do Orchid Oasis. Blah! I wanted to do Orchid Oasis for my sentiments, and I was blabbing and forgot. So, oh well, we aren't going to, apparently, and I don't know how to correct that. I could color my leaves, I suppose, with Orchid Oasis, but I think I just am going to sacrifice that. I could make my cross. Instead of doing my golden cross, I could make a golden, a Orchid Oasis cross. I could, but I think I'm not going to. You know what I was going to do? Where did I put my smoky slate piece? I actually should have had a smoky slate piece on this backside, and that's why I was doing smoky slate in the first place. And I know I cut it out, so what did I do with it? I must have lost it already somewhere. Maybe my brain said I cut it out and I never actually did. That's possible too. All right, so what I'm going to do is take my scissors, and it doesn't have to be super, super careful, but once you get around this part, you do have to be a little careful. Okay, to just trim it off so you're not seeing. My scissors are going to get a little gummy from my glue. I'll have to clean them off. Okay, so see, it's not that hard to do. You can do this. And then your little light has a nice little yellow glow, and you did not have to buy any lights to make it shine. And I do want to do that technique though. It is a really neat technique, and you can, we've all seen it done, I'm sure, with various things, but I thought that was really smart of Erica to do it with this little lantern. It's kind of exactly what I was thinking of when I saw this little lantern thing. I thought, oh, this is going to be cool to do with light, but she actually did it. So that was cool to see that it could be done and how to do it. So we're going to go ahead and put some mini dimensionals on that, stick that on there. I'm going to just leave this as it is, even though I did not get my Orchid Oasis colors on there the way I wanted. It's okay. I'm going to just not worry about it. You could, if you wanted to, attach something to your lantern. That would be cute too. But yeah, I haven't done that. Oops. All right. Boy, as warm as it is, you know what? The flowers are going to be springing up out there all over the place. Oh my goodness, I am so excited about it because I keep going down to the park and looking in those little hellebores. And yeah, there's little things coming out here and there, but it'll be nice to see more things. I've got some roses coming because I've got a new rose bed all planned. And the lawn guy's going to come and do the rose bed for me because when I envisioned myself working as hard as I did last summer to do the little bit I did out front, I was like, I'm getting too old for this. I can't be doing new flower garden beds anymore. I need help. So, he's going to do that for me. And then I can plant the flowers. I can do that. I can plant them. I'm not sure when they're going to arrive because I always knew, in fact, in Richland, I knew when to, I told them when to ship them to me. But here, I'm not 100% sure. So I decided, I think I'll just let them decide when they're shipping that stuff. But that means I don't know when it's coming, so I kind of have to be ready. So I took a stitched heart, cut it out with my stitch. These are my old stitched what was it? Oh boy, I forget what the name of those hearts. B something. As in B-E, not, I don't know. I don't remember, but anyway, there's an old one, very cool, and I love them. So I do use those quite a bit, and that's what I did, because this one's just not big enough for this sentiment. I want this one, wishing you love and joy this Easter, and this time I'm going to remember to do Orchid Oasis for the put you away smoke slate before I use you accidentally. And, uh-oh, where did I... Oh, I left you out. You're hiding over here. Okay. So that anyhow, we can get this. We're going to put this right at the top. Okay, like that. So I've got my little makeup wipes that I'm using temporarily until I get my new Simply Sheen. It'll be nice to have a new one. It's only going to look new for the first 10 minutes, and then suddenly it'll look old and crummy again, but oh well. I know that's just the way it goes. Oh, I forgot my heart. I mean, my cross. I want, what? Why did I? Yeah. The cross has to go here. Okay, so that's what I did. I forgot the cross. So we're going to put the cross in here. Right over the little leaves. Try not to get glue on the foil. Oops, I just got it on my fingers. As soon as you get them on, get that glue on your fingers, you're pretty much toast. Get that off quick. There we go. Okay, I survived this time. Maybe I'm not going to get glue on that foil. All right, so this heart's going to go with a dimensional. Now, you could cut out another edge, you know, a border. For this heart, we have that same stamp set has this little scalloped border that's really pretty, but I just didn't really want any more color. I kind of wanted it to be nice and white and simple, sort of a pure symbol, you know. Christ's purity. So we're going to go with just white. And voila, right on the cover. Very cute. I looked for a good ribbon to go with Orchid Oasis, and we have that skinny metallic ribbon, but that's not gonna work here. I don't want the skinny metallic ribbon. And so, where did my little ribbon go? I had cut out, it's probably blown off because I have my fan, my overhead fan going, because I'm so warm in here. And I bet it blew right off my desk. So let's have a little peek down here. I don't see it, but I suspect it's down here somewhere on the ground. Wow, not seeing you. This is so funny. And you're not in my other card. Okay. Okay. It's probably where my gray piece of cardstock that I cut out, it's probably lurking with that, and it's just a tiny piece, so I'm just gonna cut another one because I don't see it. That is so weird. It's probably underneath furniture in here. I'm just gonna use gold since I don't have an Orchid. Why don't we have an Orchid Oasis color that's, you know, I want it to just go like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our seal, our Stampin' Seal, and just put some tape down here. All right, and we'll just lay the ribbon where I want it. Make sure there's still some sticky here. I always have to start it a little bit. Just like that. And there's still some sticky there with my tape. So where's my glue thing? My little glue, where are you? I must have used you because the little tape, you know, the glue remover thing. I don't see you. You're here somewhere. Why are you hiding? Huh. I don't see you. Man, I must have used it and stuck it where I knew I could find it immediately, because that is so funny. I have all these things shoved around the corners of my room, and then I should learn to put things away. Why can't I put anything away around here? If I put things away, I would know where it was. Well. Okay, I'm going to have to live with a sticky card, because that is not, I'm going to have to come back and get my little, it's just that little rubberized thing, and you rub it on there and it takes away any adhesive anyhow. Everybody's got one. I do too, but apparently I need another one since I can't keep track of it. All right, so there's that one. Isn't that cute? I hope you like that one. Now we're going to go on to, thank you, Andy. We are going to go on to this little Z-fold. Isn't that cute? Now I noticed that this was pretty floppy. So we're going to cut out, I think I cut out a couple of them. If I haven't, I'm going to. Maybe I haven't cut them out yet. But I thought I did. I'm going to use Bermuda Bay instead of the Mossy Meadow that I used before. All right, let me put some things away first so that I can see what's going on, because I can't see right now any of my card supplies that I have. I thought I had cut some things out for this piece, but maybe I haven't because I'm not seeing it. Maybe I left it in here. It's possible. Aha, there they are, right there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I've got my little sample piece with my dimensions right here. Let me pull this out. So first of all, we need an, why are you attached, oddly enough? Well, this is a box card I've got in here. I've got two things going there. Okay, here we go. Here it is. No, I've got, these are box cards. These are not even my, I'm going to have to use, why do I have you in there? I had the wrong patterns in there, so I'm going to have to use my card. Good thing I have one so I can see how I did this. All right, let's see how big you are. You are not quite 11, but close. We're going to go with 11 inches. I think you actually are if I had you straightened out. So we're going to go with 11 inches. And I'm assuming this is 4 1/4, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut this in half the long way, 4 1/4. Okay, I'm going to put you to the side. I might need that. I will need it, in fact, for the arm. And then we're going to score this. I bet this is 2 1/2. It's actually not. It's a little bigger than that, I think. It's 2 3/4. Good thing I looked. 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Okay, so we're going to turn it and score it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Okay, and then you're just going to fold it like this. And then now we're going to do the little arm. So we're going to keep this. We need this. This is 11. And this is going to be about 1 inch, maybe 1 1/2. Nope, it's 1 inch. Actually, it's 1 1/4. Okay, so 1 1/4 by 11. So let's cut that 1 1/4. Right there. Put you to the side. My little scrap. This is Bermuda Bay that I'm using. And then we are going to score at 5 1/2. This first score is going to be at 5 1/2 and 8 1/4. Okay, so 5 1/2 and 8 1/4. 1/4. Right there. Okay. And then that one goes like that. Okay, now we need to do our DSP. And then we'll put these on here, but we're going to do our DSP first. Do I want to do the DSP first? Actually, I don't want to. I want to do this part first. So we're going to put, first of all, I am going to glue here because I'm going to put my DSP around this. I want it, I'm going to put a little slice in my DSP and just kind of fit it around because I want it to look like all one piece. So we're going to go ahead and glue this part on. This part is a little bit of a finesse. Normally you would cut different pieces of DSP and not quite do it this way. I like to make it difficult on myself, so that's why I sometimes do things a little differently. All right, now this piece, though, can go right over my DSP, so I'm going to leave this arm free for now. And let's look at our DSP. I'm using that Celebration one. Remember, Celebration, you don't have a whole lot of time left on it, so if you want any of it, you better get in there. We're going to cut this 2 1/2 by 4. Okay, 2 1/2 by 4 on that one, and 2 1/2 by 4 on that one. So let's go, let's take out my score blade. Let's go 4 inches. And turn it and go 2 1/2 and 2 1/2. Okay, so we've got those two. And then I'm going to go ahead and do one more. This one's going to go here, and we just need, for this one, I'm going to end up doing it, I want it to be about what it is, 4 inches. So we're going to leave it at 4 inches. And it should be 5 1/4, but let's check. I think we're gonna do just a smidgen shorter than 5 1/4, just a little shorter than that. Okay, this piece is gonna go here, and I'm gonna put another piece on top, and then we'll slice it and slide it right on, because I want this to come down here, but I want my arm to show. Okay, if that makes any sense at all. Now what I'm going to do is, before I glue this on, I want to stamp it. This one I don't really need to stamp. I think I'm going to go ahead and just glue this one on first. Let's see what else we're doing here. I was listening to Roy Clark playing When Johnny Comes Marching Home Again on the way back from the workout place. Oh man, he is so good. This is a really old, probably like a Grand Ole Opry concert or something. I don't know. It was on my, it was on a Roy Clark album that I bought on Apple Tunes, you know. It was so good. Anyway, when he was done, it was a live version. So when he was done playing it, and it was spectacular, of course, he said, okay, folks, you know, that smile on my face just a minute ago that you think I was, you know, having a great time. Well, that was actually a smile of pain. Let me wait a minute here while I, you know, get some blood back into my fingers. It was very funny because, man, it was an amazing. If you were watching it as a performance, it would have been something else. He was so good. Really enjoy listening to my tunes. I kind of go around in my own little world, ignoring much of what happens all around. Okay, so we're going to stamp this, and let's grab our little fireflies out. They are so cute. You've got big ones, you've got little ones. We're going to use that little one, and I do have some things already cut out. We're going to use those. First of all, let's just use the stamps. I love that it has that little, fire thing. That's so cute. I need a tiny, tiny little block. I know I have a tiny one somewhere. Where are you? There you are. Okay, we'll get our tiny little block. And I could use green, but I think I'm going to use, let's use crumb cake. What else have I got? I don't really want crumb cake. I don't want brown. I don't really want gray. Soft suede would be kind of dark. We'll try crumb cake and we'll see how it looks. I just want a bunch of little fireflies all around. Oh, those look cute. So cute. Make them go off the paper. Okay, very cute. That one's gonna go on the front like this. And then he said, folks, I know it's it really hurts to actually play like this, he was saying, but I'd rather do this than a day job. And then he said, I thought, oh man, this guy exactly is just like all of us. He said, well, not all of us, but certainly me. He said, it's a lot better than a day job. 7 a.m. and I don't get along. Well, unless what did he say? Unless I'm meeting it on the way back. But, well, I used to be able to stay up at night like that. I can't even do that anymore. All right, so we're gonna do that, and now I'm not ready to use this yet. I want to stamp on white, and we'll keep our crumb cake out because we're gonna need that. I need a piece that's gonna fit on here. Let's see what size I am gonna end up needing. I'm gonna need like a 3 5/8, 3 5/8 by 4 7/4 about. So let's see what we can do here. I've got scraps all over the place. I'm trying to use them up. So 3, I don't know if I'm going to get a 4. If I end up with a, it can't be 4 3/4. That doesn't sound right. 3 3/4. Okay. 3 3/4. So let me just even this up a little bit here. Like here. Okay. All right. 3 3/4. That doesn't look right. And then, yeah, that's good enough. Okay, and then we're going to go like that. So we actually want it to be 4 and, no, not 4 5/8. We're going to do 4 3/4. 4 3/4. Okay, so that will give us a nice bit. I can still see the edge around, and we're going to stamp on this with these little stamps. They're so cute. You're going to be surprised. I know you're probably thinking, I don't really care about that set so much. Well, you're gonna really like it. And the reason I'm using this paper is because there are these lovely little dots. And I'm not going to use a lot of them, just a couple of them. And we want it in a nice, we want that color to be the blue or Bermuda Bay. We're going to use Pool Party. We're going to stamp off and get it nice and light. So let's do the light one, the big one. We're going to stamp off a couple of times and just do a few. One more, just one more, very lightly right there. Okay, I love these dots. They're really cute. They're gonna look good. And then there's 3. So this is why this is such a great set. I actually really like these dots. I think I've got another block, a little block. Okay, there's another little block. And so for this one, let's do our green, kind of mimicking our DSP. This is our Parakeet Party. We'll stamp off 3 times because I don't want a lot of that shining bright in there. Okay, very good. And I'm not even going to use the little one because I don't want to get too distracted. I think we'll keep our Parakeet Party out. And we're going to use this for the leaves. So you've got all these lovely leaves. It's hard to decide which one. And you're going to want to use all 3 of them together. But because they're all 3 a different kind of leaf, they're different branches, just my suggestion would be to stick with one. Don't try to, when you're doing a card, unless you're putting like a lot of leaves on there, you're going to want to stick mostly with one branch. So I'm going to use this more lacy one that has a bit of a branch. I read that lightning bugs or fireflies, they perch on things. And so anyway, if you want to attract them in your yard, you want some grasses, things like that they can perch on, which is kind of interesting because I don't think we really have anything like that in our yard, but they're still coming out. They're there. Let's do just a tiny bit of one down there. Okay, isn't that cute? I love this one. That little branch is so cute. So your little fireflies have a place to perch now. Oops, I left it out. And now we can put our little fireflies out and around. Before I do that, I better do my sentiment. You are all kinds of wonderful. Thanks for lighting the way is really cute. Really a cute one. I want it to hide. So the reason I'm not going to do thanks for lighting the way is when this shuts, I want my sentiment to be hidden behind here because I'm going to put another one here. We're going to go ahead and do You Are All Kinds of Wonderful. Follow Your Dreams is good too, but we're going to do You Are All Kinds of Wonderful. Okay, where did my block go? There you are. And this one, we can do Pool Party, but I think I want to make sure it stands out really strong. So we'll get out our Bermuda Bay. I inked up my Bermuda Bay not too long ago, because maybe I didn't. It doesn't look like. Let's see how strong you are. Oh, you look good. I think you're fine. We'll do you right. There. Very cute. This is, Bermuda Bay is like one of my favorite kinds of colors. And I use it so much, and sometimes I get tired of that color all the time. So I've gone away from it for a while now, because I've used it a bunch. Now what I'm going to do is just use that same crumb cake with this little guy. And we're going to just go around and around, dark and light. Okay. Oops. Oops. We're going to do you again. There we go. That's better. Okay, that's good. Better stop there before I mess it up. And then I want to put on, I could use the big ones because we've got this really big one, but I'm not going to. There's actually a little tiny baby too. It's pretty cute. Should we do the baby? We'll do a couple of little babies. They're very cute. Look at those little guys. I love this set. It's so fun. You can make a really cute little background. Look at that without almost any effort at all. You could do all different colors. You wouldn't have to stick with this color pattern. So cute. And then, you know, I could have used my spray, but I think I'm going to use the spray on my sentiment that's going to go on the cover. So I'm going to just put this stuff aside for now. All right, let's close this up before it dries out, because I've got my fan going up there. I don't really want to dry it out. This is going to go on top of this, like this. You're so cute. It is so beautiful outside. I keep looking out there, looking at that sun. I'm tempted to ride my bike, but it's way too windy today. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen today. Okay, now that's ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just fit this where I want it. And then I am going to just eyeball it here. We're going to cut right here where this fold is. Right up that little fly's wing. I'm going to just do a little trim. Just slight. I'm going to just fold it up because I'm not sure how far up I need it. And I didn't need it quite that far, so when I come back down, I'm going to push that right back down and then trim that off. So we'll glue that on. See how easy that was? You can make things really hard, or you can make things really easy. Sometimes just going with it is going to work better than overthinking. Slide you on there, right in place. That's going to go down there. We'll clip there. that's got to be clipped a tiny bit more, or I'm going to just actually fold it a little differently there. There we go. All right, and then that's going to go like this. Now, when I'm closing it, this is sticking out just a tiny bit further than I want. And you can see where my crease here could come this way just a little bit. I think I'm going to rescore that just a tiny bit right there. It's just going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I'm going to do it anyway. I really want to score it like right there. It's just giving us a tiny bit more of a fold. Not a lot, just a little. And if that's not quite enough, I can do it a bit more. As long as I'm going in this direction and not trying to shorten it, it'll look fine. If I was trying to shorten it, I probably would just leave it. Okay, that's better. That's much better. Then that's coming out here where I want it. All right, very good. Getting there, almost done. Very cute. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we are going to want to put our arm here first. So to do that, you want to put your glue on and hold it down so that it closes with it in the closed position so it can fit into an envelope without any trouble. Okay, so go ahead and close it and then press that down. We'll hold on to it there for a minute just to make sure it stays. And then what I need is, I need my layering ovals because I want to put a little oval. Now, we don't have layering ovals in the catalog anymore. I'm terribly sorry, but I still use them. We'll wait you down here. So what I need is, let's see, what size? I think this size. This is going to be, that might be a little bit big. How about this one? Yeah, I think that's probably, no, because then this is the, I need the inner one, and I don't know if that's big enough. Let's try. Let's go with this one. I'm going to do that one and this one. Okay. All right, so we're going to use our white. Oops, did I mess up my piece of white cardstock? And we're going to stamp on it, and then I'll cut it out with that. Okay, so first of all, what I want to do is do a bunch of my little fireflies. Well, no, first of all, I want to do my little spray. So we'll get Pool Party again. So that's going to be the lightest color. So I just have my finger in it. Okay. All right, so we'll stamp off a few times because I don't want that to be very bright at all. Okay, like that. You probably can hardly even see that. It's very, very faint, but I'm going to be doing my sentiment right over that, so I didn't want it to be bright at all. And then our little, let's do our sentiment just so that I don't screw it up. I want to enjoy all the little moments. So we're going to use our Easter Bunny and do enjoy all the little moments, because that's kind of like, when you're, you know, that's what the lightning bug, the firefly thing is. It's like a little moment. They're not out for very long. They just stay out a few hours at night. They come and go. They're only for like a month and maybe 2 months at most, and then they're gone. And I think we'll want Bermuda Bay for that one. Well, actually, let's do Pool Party, and then we'll do the other one with Bermuda Bay. So we're gonna go enjoy the little moments there. I hope our grandkids can visit when the lightning bugs are out. And they will have to come in July, really, to do that. And then we want a small little happy birthday. Do we have a small happy birthday? No, we don't. Where is a small happy birthday? So let's grab my go-to for tiny things, because I want a happy birthday. Tiny, tiny, itty-bitty greetings. This is one we've had a long time ago, but it's one that I go to a lot, because there's actually an Easter one here, too. I could do. Can this be an Easter card? It could be. Let's stick with my birthday one, though. Is there a birthday on there? Yeah, happy birthday. Where are you? There's happy day. For some reason, I'm not seeing happy birthday. Do I have the wrong stamp set in here? I sometimes mix these around, so it's possible. I'm sure not seeing it. Isn't that funny? No, there it is, like right in front of me. Okay, happy birthday. This isn't quite the fancy font I have, but I don't know what set that came from. Okay, happy birthday, right there. Our littlest granddaughter is all into little teeny tiny things. Just very cute. She's pretty small. Okay, now we want our parakeet party back for our little fireflies. So let's grab those out. Okay, parakeet party. Let's see how much of a edge I've got. So I'm going to want to cover all of that with my little, we'll get the little tiny baby guys out. Is this the little baby guy? No, he's the bigger one. Well, we'll get a couple of the bigger ones and then some of the little babies. Okay, let's do the babies. Little baby guy. Where are you? There you are. Cute, cute. There. There. So I'm stamping off most of the time, but a little bit strong is fine too. Oops, that one not quite. There we go. All right, I think we need just a tiny bit more of the blue in it. That's not quite doing it for me. So let's go ahead and grab one of the medium-sized dot. I don't really want to put too much color in there, but I feel like I need just a little bit more. So this is Pool Party. We'll get it pretty light by stamping off quite a bit. Let's see. Oops. There, that's going to be good. All right, very good. We're almost done. These cards came together really quickly. I really like easy fancy folds. They're super fun. All right, so I'm going to pull this over on my cutting machine and cut this out really quick on the side here. And then I'm going to cut out a piece of Bermuda Bay with my straight oval die. Okay, so we have that one. And then I've got my little scrap of Bermuda Bay. We'll cut that out with this straight lined oval. I actually had pulled out our oval. We've got an oval die in our framed florets is an oval. And I got it out because I thought, well, I could use this. Then you could see that we do still have an oval, but it's a lot bigger. Oh, a lot bigger. I mean, the inner part isn't, it's about the same as what I'm using. But I love these layering ones. Now we do still have layering squares and we still have layering circles. Just not layering ovals. I'm not sure why not. At least I don't think we do. Sometimes I say we don't have stuff and then later I see it in a catalog and I think you don't. We actually still have that. You're so foolish. Okay, so that one's there. I really kind of wanted the smaller one. That one's going to make a kind of a big border, but that's okay. It could have been a little bit smaller of a border. All right, so our card is ready to have this adhered on. So this is going to go like here. And then we're going to put we want our lantern. Let's grab that lantern out so I can see how this is all going. And we're going to put some of those cute little die cut or not bees, little die cut. I've got a bunch of our little fireflies die cut and ready to go. There's little wings so that you can make your firefly. You can turn him into all kinds of things. This set is so cute. There's just tons of things you can do with it. There's a little firefly. I think I have some other ones in there. I cut 2 of these because I really need it to be stronger. I noticed that when I had it was flopping way too much when I had it here on that other card. Let me get it out here so you can see what I mean. I think it might be because I've got this bee on it and that dimensional is just weighting it down too much. So I'm going to go ahead and glue two of these together. And then that way, that should hopefully strengthen it up a lot. We'll see. I'm sitting on a stamp set. All right, let's put that up just a tiny bit. All right, let's see. What else is there going on? Oh, we have new things coming in just a couple of days. Have you seen the Irresistible Blooms? There's the whole bundle is called Hello Irresistible, or is that the paper? Hello Irresistible. The paper is I should have used the paper today. That was probably foolish to not use the paper today because it's really, really nice. Now I should sandwich my vellum. Let's do that. Let's just sandwich our vellum here. Well, I need a smaller. I don't need that to be that big. It'll be hard to cut if it's too big. I think that's going to be too. All right, there we go. Whew, all right. Let's flip some of you off because otherwise I'm going to have some trouble here. Now let's apply just a little more because I kind of let it dry while I was fooling around. Okay, now we'll stick this one on here. Try to get it lined up so it's perfect. There, now that should be nice and sturdy this time. Get my hands cleaned off. All right, oh no, I already did that joke. Here's another joke. Want to hear a joke about paper? I think I did this one last week, but it was so funny. I decided I'm going to do it again. Did you hear the joke about paper? It's funny. Okay, if you haven't heard it yet, just keep listening. I'll get to the punchline eventually.
Oh, good graduation card. Thank you, Andy. I never thought about that. It is a good graduate. Actually, those would be really good because it has it right on there. The sentiment, it says follow your dreams. So it's perfect for a graduation one. All right. What is that joke about paper? What is it? Never mind. It's terrible, as in T-E-A-R, tear. I thought that was a really funny joke myself. Oops, that doesn't work as well when you sandwich it. Kind of have to not don't sandwich it if you are doing this, because it's not really working. Because I'm having to cut, to get all the vellum, I'm having to kind of cut the back of my lantern, cutting it a little bit. So it would have been better to just stick it on because it's not really working that way anyway. That's okay. You live and learn. Get off of there. My scissors are going to have a thorough cleaning when I'm done here. And I'm going to have to adhere a bit more too, because that's not quite sticking because I just took all that glue off. Right there. There. Okay. Now it's good. Now we're going to put we're going to adhere it with, I got to adhere this too. So let's put our dimensionals on here, but you just want to make sure you're getting your dimensionals on the bottom. So I think I might actually use mini dimensionals for this. This is fine with the big ones. Let's make sure I don't put any here because I'm not sure how far out it's going to stick. I don't need any ribbons because I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of those cute little fireflies. All right, a panic-stricken man explained to his doctor, "You have to help me. I think I'm shrinking." "Now settle down," the doctor calmly told him. "You'll just have to learn to be a little patient." Oh, how many of us have heard that one already? That's not all that good. We've heard that one. This one, that would be a good one for kids who haven't really heard that yet. All right, do I have room for a mini? I think maybe I have room. Let's go ahead. We're going to just stick one on here. Just make sure it's long enough because I don't want to hunt for my minis. I'm going to need my minis out though. Cute, cute, cute. All right, and then you can put all of your little fireflies on here. I didn't really burnish any of my folds, and you can kind of tell. If you burnish your folds, it does lay a lot nicer. It really does. Okay, there we go. That's helpful. And then we'll get our little, you need the mini ones for these guys. They're so cute. Let's see how many I have. I did, this little squiggle is really fun that I've already done in a Bermuda Bay. That little squiggle is from, oh, what are those dies? Brushed Shapes. Brushed Shapes. These are really cool. You should get them. They're nice. You'll like them. I've got Bermuda Bay just because I cut out a few extras with whatever project I was working on. I thought I might use them like on this. And I could. Let's see what one of these shapes would look like. You know, it seemed like it's just a bit much, but it's cute. I'll use it in some other project, not this one. Okay, little flies, come to me. There's that one. This is my old glitter paper. I took some scraps of whatever I happened to have on hand when I was cutting out some fireflies. And I just used up a few extra scraps. So I would have these guys all ready to go. But I'm not going to use their extra wings. That's for another project long down the road. And then I have a scrap of gold in there so that I can cut out more extras at some other point in time. Okay, let's grab the minis
And we are almost done. All right, a ship carrying red paint and a ship carrying blue paint collide in the middle of the ocean. Okay, what happened to the crew when that happened, do you think? Something happened to the crew when the ship carrying red paint and the ship carrying blue paint collided, and something happened to the crew. And that's the joke, if you can guess it. Sort of like a riddle. All right, put that the mini dimensionals are just the right size, just perfect. You do not want to use the black ones. Okay, there's one. Oop, I missed the dimensional. There's another one. Get on there. There. Aren't they cute? They were marooned. They were marooned. I like that one. Now that's a good one. I'm going to use that one again if you guys aren't paying attention, because it's funny. It's good color teaching one. Okay, there's another one. I only have 2 more. I'll have to do some more. I'm going to put one in here, but I'm going to want more than one. And I actually would like one up there. Now, we do have some little, do you remember our little honeybee trinkets? Our honeybee trinkets might look really cute on here, too, with these. I'm not sure. But I'm going to want a few more, but I'm not going to stop and cut them out right now because we're pretty much done. What is a guitar player's favorite Italian food? This is a good one too. What is a guitar player's favorite Italian food? Stromboli. I love that one. That's a good one. Very, very good. Okay, my son would like that one. Both of them played the guitar. One more than the other though. So probably William would like that one better. But I don't know. Joel's probably the one that would actually tell jokes. William's like me. He would probably have to have somebody write it down and then he'd remember. He actually has a much better memory than I do, like tremendously better. So he probably would remember it. I think our daughter is the one who has like the best memory. Man, she can remember lines from movies for, sheesh, forever. What movie was that from, Mary? I don't remember. Oh, no. Okay. All right, so that is that. So don't forget, for Easter, you've got all kinds of fun things to do. You can join our team for one thing. You can use the host code and order all of these things. If you order $80 or more worth of stuff, I will send you a free packet of dimensionals. And these are our cards that we did today, featuring, we did Easter Bunny for the sentiments, and Rejoice in Him, and our main set really is Lighting the Way. Love this set. I'm going to use that one again for something else, but isn't that fun? Too fun. I really like these. Very, very fun. Easy to make. It was super fun to have you. Thank you so much for watching with me. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and share the videos. I do appreciate that very much. I'm over on YouTube, so if you head over there, make sure you hit subscribe. If I get to a certain number, it's always really good. I'm just waiting. You just keep going. Just keep doing it long enough. Eventually it'll happen, right? And if not, it is okay. I can live here without having you subscribe to me, and I'll be fine, and you'll be fine too. There's lots of people to subscribe to. Andy, you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching with me. It's always fun to have you on with me. And every time there is a rooster that crows, I don't know. Jeff and I were on the porch and we figured that there must actually be 2 roosters because we
at one point we heard them both going at the same time. Normally I just hear it crowing all the time, and I thought it was one rooster that just crowed all the time. But every time I'm out there relaxing, enjoying the rooster crowing on my porch, I think of you, missing your farm environment. So when we were living in Richland, we had a whole bunch of people that, well, I shouldn't say a whole bunch of people, but in 2 different neighborhoods in Richland, maybe even 3 different neighborhoods, there were people raising chickens in each of those neighborhoods. So there's actually quite a few people who raise chickens in Richland. And so we heard the roosters and chickens there too. We weren't even in on the farm, but here we're kind of close to farm stuff, so it's not surprising. It's a little more fitting here. It was always kind of odd in the city with the sidewalks right out there and city streets and everything. There were chickens, but it's a relaxing sound to me, and they're not close enough that they are, a problem. And it does pretty much just go in the daytime. I don't think I ever hear them at night. I might, but only at dusk maybe. All right, enough chit chat. We have a couple more days. It's going to be March, and that I don't have that Irresistible Blooms handy, do I? I have been using that paper. I'm going to show it to you really quick because the stamps are really cute, but it's the paper you are going to want. It is absolutely gorgeous. Hello, Irresistible. Every single sheet is fabulous. Every single sheet. So there's these wonderful soft succulents. And then there's absolutely so pretty. Petal Pink and Blushing Bride and Mango Melody. I don't know, whatever other yellow. So Saffron. And the flower is really pretty too. So that's what it stamps up like if you stamp the flower. And I think I saw a Patty Bennett one where she had done, I think it was Patty Bennett. Anyway, she had a really pretty floral combination that she had done with those flowers. So if you check out Pinterest at all, go check out what she's got done. I think it was her. And if it isn't her, just type in Irresistible Blooms and you'll find something, I'm sure, that shows. Look at that. Won't that be nice as like a seabed kind of thing? Anyway, so, look at that. That is, that has got to be soft sea foam. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And then they kind of unretired our pretty peacock, I guess, because that's what that looks like, is pretty peacock. And I like pretty peacock, so I was very happy about it. And that yellow kind of behind it, it's prettier in person than what you can see on the camera. It looks like a glow of light behind that. It really does. All of those do with that light behind it. It looks like a glow. It's beautiful. So anyhow, don't miss that. And that will be available March 1. And if you join us, you can order it early, even now. No, not now. I think it's too late now. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. I better go before I say something else stupid. And I will see you next week. Have a great one. All right? God bless you. Bye.